Good afternoon, Alona. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Good afternoon.
Perfect. Thank you for joining. How are you doing?
Um, I don't know. I guess the same. I mean, I got very agitated last night because someone cracked my bathtub from like the bottom floor. Probably did it because they vibrate my floor on occasion. I don't know why, but if you ask my kid, he knows the floor vibrates too. I'm not making that part up. But he won't believe me that they're FBI agents. He just won't believe me. And neither does my ex-boyfriend. He keeps telling me I'm crazy and I'm paranoid, but I'm not. I'm not crazy and I'm not paranoid. But
What floor you live
you
in?
tell me. What?
What floor you live in?
The top floor, fourth floor.
I mean, in order for people to crack through to your bathtub, they would need to do something with the floors, and the floors in between apartments, they are extremely thick. Like, it cannot be unnoticed, those kind of cracks.
That's what I'm saying. It's not normal. Like it's not like that's like something extreme because okay, yeah, somebody could have just egged my door or whatever. It could have been just like regular neighbors or whatnot. But to crack my bathtub, it has to be they had some sort of equipment to do it. You can't just like if I pound on like if say I was the one the tenant underneath and they were on top. Even if I pound like because I had this in another location, if I take like a broom, if somebody's being loud and I pound the ceiling with it, I could pound as hard as I want. It's not gonna crack somebody's bathtub. You have to go like you're right. You have to do something to the inside of the wall, or like you have to have some sort of machinery to vibrate the floor too. Like it doesn't
Well,
just vibrate for no reason.
what is the crack? Can you describe the crack in the bathtub that you're talking
It's like a hairline crack. It's like a hairline, but I'm like scared that it's gonna leak or whatever. So I put like tape on top of it. And it's a new bathtub too. So I got mad. I'm like, why are they always like fixing
Could it
things
be
and
a
then to break them?
scratch thing?
What?
Could it be a scratch? Not a crack, but a
No,
scratch.
because I'm like I can't like scratch the bathtub. Like I'm trying to physically scratch it. Like I can't scratch it. Like I don't know what did that. And it came out of like nobody had showered. I just came in. Like my kid couldn't have done it. My kid showered, then I came in to shower. And I'm looking at it. Like I've had other people shower in here, but nobody has showered for hours. I was the last person to shower. It wasn't there before. Um, then my kid left, and he didn't. I would have heard him drop something because I listen. When he's in the shower, I would have heard like a noise or something like that. And there's this crack there. Like it just was not there before, and then there's just this like crack in the bathtub. Um, it sort of has like I don't know, little to do with everything else, but it's just like on top of everything else. It's just there are people stalking me, and there's like my ex boyfriend. He's fucking nuts, but he keeps telling me you're paranoid, blah blah blah. But I think he's an FBI agent, and I don't even care anymore because I'm just weighing. I've been weighing this situation out in my head, and it's been heavy like this. It's been really heavy living like this, like avoiding getting poisoned, avoiding getting into like a fight because they're stalking me, and like avoiding getting somebody taking my kid away from me, and trying to get him to like learn to read and learn to do math and everything. It's been very heavy, and I'm like, I just can't just keep doing this. I have to face this issue because this is like stupid sick. And I was like, I was aggressively demanding with him as well too. And he's like, no, you're paranoid. Like, and it's like getting tossed between like all these people, and really it's really shitty. Also, the police, like I think it's strange that they did not want to report this egg thing. It is a crime to egg my dog.
Well, yes, that's what I wanted to follow up on. Because when I had in the clinic on Sunday, you mentioned multiple things. First of all, that like something was going on with the door, and I also wanted to follow up on the device that I thought is a pacemaker. Like, was this? It looked like a camera. Was this a camera?
It's a camera. It's because if something does happen to me or somebody like attacks me because they're stalking me, I want there to be like evidence of this.
Well, but you're wearing it at the front. Do you think people will be attacking you from the front or from the back? It's the first thing. And second thing, say if I was recorded without my consent,
I mean,
you know that like you cannot film people without their consent. It's one thing to have it for surveillance when it's illegal, but it's very different when you in buildings and federal buildings and you're recording without consent. Are you aware of that?
it's for surveillance. I've been to federal buildings with it also. Sometimes it's very strange because like I went to a federal like FBI building. They didn't let me wear it as I was walking through security. They made me shut it off. But then I asked at the desk at the like kiosk if I could record this conversation, and they said yes. Okay, record this conversation because I feel like they were on my side. They wanted me to have that posterity that you know what, we're sort of sick of these people making people sick and crazy. Because I do feel fucking sick and crazy. I'm sorry, excuse my language. Because I have an understanding that someone is talking to me in my inner eardrum. Okay, but I am not gonna react to it as much as I can. But after years and years and years of this sort of level stalking and harassment where people own this machinery, plus I'm so sorely outnumbered, it's making me unwell. It's like obviously somebody putting stuff in your food too, that's gonna make you sick too. And like you've advised me go to the doctors. When I go to the doctors, there's nothing there because the way that they compare it is they have a range of what your normal hormones are supposed to be like. And
Yes.
what they don't do, because they're all fucking pigs, excuse me again, is test this can of food that I could swear on my goddamn life has been mismanufactured, or this other can of food that's been tampered with. And I'm thinking this guy, like what you were saying about the recording, not recording, um, people forget that it's really like man-made laws, you know? Similarly to how I've been naive and in some circumstances I've been, you know, misjudged basically because the system's rigged with the lawyer knows the judge, and it's whoever makes more money, whoever went to a better school, whoever's more invested. Similarly, though, sometimes it goes above the heads of these assholes, and they're gonna say, "We believe in we're dignified people." Can I keep talking for a minute? We believe in the FDA.
This is not related to our clinical. Unfortunately, this like the government and how this country works is not completely related to our treatment.
Okay, it's not, but it's making me sick. It's making me sick. Would you rather talk about, dude, how I feel?
I wanted to follow up. I asked you on Sunday about the doctor's appointment, and you said they helped you to schedule it at the front desk, but I don't see any note of it. I don't see any date. You said they scheduled you the
They
psychology.
scheduled me on the phone for Wednesday the 10th.
It does not have it. There are no calls from you to the clinic that were made.
But I did call them. They did schedule it for the 10th. I spoke to
no, but this is not on the chart. There was no information on the 10th. And since you mentioned it on Sunday, I checked with front desk. They also said that there is no information that you have any appointment on the 10th with the doctor. So question is, are you still interested in this, or would you want to call them?
Sure. Is it still going to be a virtual appointment?
I mean, if you request a virtual appointment, there will be a virtual appointment. But in order to have an appointment, you have to call the clinic before 10 a.m. so they can schedule you in the closest dates, whatever they have for the doctor.
Okay. But I don't know why they told me they scheduled me. They scheduled me for, they said Wednesday at 3 p.m. at 10.
No, they don't.
Oh.
I checked. They did.
I mean, at 3 p.m. On the 10th. Excuse me.
No, I checked. There was no information on that, and you did not call the clinic about it, and there was no information about it. I don't know where this is coming from.
Okay, so I have to call again.
You have to call, not again. You have to call in order for this to happen. I'm asking where
Okay.
is this coming from? Like the
I
amount
did
of
call though. I did
confidence.
call and they told me that.
No, you did not, Ilona, because every call, every interaction of a client with the clinic regarding appointments, it is on the books. And I see all of your notes from December 3rd on this window. I can put this longer and see all of the calls that were made. There are no calls from you to the clinic regarding your medical appointment. Starting December 3rd, 2025.
I've been calling though. It's not that important, but I've been calling. I've been calling. First, they told me that I have to call like before 8, but that one time I did call before 8, they just couldn't schedule me. And then I called and they finally said, okay, we'll schedule you.
Ilona, the clinic opens at 9 a.m.
I mean, not before 8, before 8:30 they said. Call like at 8:30.
You cannot call at 8:30 because clinic opens at 9 a.m.
Really? Because I called at like 8, like I think 8:45 or something. I was on the phone with someone.
No, the clinic opens at 9 a.m. There is no need for you to call at 8 a.m. because
Okay, it's not that important. I'll call because
no,
you know.
It is important. It is actually important because instead of focusing on the actual steps that you can make in order to proceed in our work, you choose to talk about the government and.
No, I don't. I actually spend a whole lot of time, in these confines of, you know, like let's schedule these appointments because you know why? Honestly, like I can't work like this and I don't know how to survive with people fucking stalking me and just being pigs, and it's really sick.
Well, I think important is to understand who's actually stalking you, and in order for that, see, there is a chance that this is something.
It's just that it's starting to look like it is a conspiracy. Like you telling me, don't talk about all this government stuff, but yeah, there's people that are invested. Again, it depends on your investment in this, and that's how conspiracies run amok. Is because all these people are invested in what in demeaning me and making me sick, and I am fucking sick. But there's people that like are still out there that will question, the validity of all these people too.
What do you think their reason doing this to you? Like, except for making your life more difficult, is there any reasoning behind it for them to trying to?
Because they live like animals. They're like a more.
This is a very vague reason. Is there any specific reason?
That would be the specific reason. You asked me what I thought.
They also on salary. Why would they assign somebody that's their time, put someone to work for what? For just spoiling your day by putting eggs on your door so you will be cleaning it? Like, what is the reason?
Oh, these people, the people that egged my fucking door, because they got caught. Because they know that they're FBI and they're not supposed to live in these buildings. They got caught. And yeah, of course, to make my day worse.
Okay. Them investing their time into making your life more difficult. Why do you think that is the cause? Why do they need to do that?
I just told you because they got caught. They want to get off on making me sick and making me the fool.
But for what? You are one person. Why would they do all of this?
That's exactly actually why, and that's exactly why they're animals. Because instead of, like trying to find their way in life can be difficult to maneuver. And, yes, people, like money can be very hard. They found someone to pick on. They found an easy target and they decided to pick on them.
I still don't quite understand. Look, usually things like this would have happened, right? There should be a legitimate reason, something for something to prove that this is the right cause of events. I do not see any proofs for them investing people, power, time, money, whatever there is to just spoil your life. You do not have any secrets, any knowledge.
They're already invested. exactly. They're already invested. I told you this before, but you seem to not follow because again, you're you're not going to acknowledge this, unless you're actually pressed to do so. You're not going to acknowledge what's going on.
Well, have you
Your
ever
thinking is
thought
very
that those thoughts?
jurisdictional.
Did you ever notice that those thoughts they are like it all happening with certain frequency? Did you ever think that it could be some brain chemistry tricks? That you're noticing more things in certain times of the month or in certain seasons? Because
No,
sometimes everything is more
I don't think so. I think
in
it
other
has
days.
it has direct effect like on me when people are trying to manipulate and control me. You know?
But which people we're talking about? If you just told me when you were in the clinic that you need to leave your house, you pretty much spend most of your time in your house with people that you know, which is your son and your boyfriend. So what are the people we're talking about? Because you're spending time with the very close circle of people. You're not engaging with
So what
any
was the legit like? What was the question? Because I'm starting to think like you, like within like
who are
jurisdictional
the people?
measures.
The people that you're talking about, who are the people actually? You're not engaging with any.
Like people on the train, they stalk me, like strangers. They feel somehow entitled to do so.
That is very, look, I'm trying to track all of the events, what is happening, how it's happening. I don't see no reason for this to be bothering, for you to be bothered, because you are a single mom. You do not like, I would understand if you told me
But
secretly
they
that,
stalk me
I
and
used
they
to work
poison
for
my food.
Dexcom.
Why wouldn't I be bothered? They stalk me and they poison my food, and
This is not
the
proven. We never
system
spoke about
has,
this.
come to be so that you're the person I'm confronting about it. I also confront other people about it too. I don't want you to feel like isolated in the issue. It just seems to me that maybe like you're more siding with them than some of these other people, which are just they're blessed in their jurisdictional, anonymity. Like, oh, we're still within our protocols. Was she? And I don't even know what to say about that because sometimes I go, oh, well, God bless, I'm fucking here today, but you know, like they didn't jump the gun and like stab me with a needle. But some days I'm like, all right, well, how do we keep pushing this issue? How do we keep going? Because obviously they're still doing this, you know. So what is your job exactly? Your job is to alter my brain chemistry till I'm drooling out the side of my mouth and I don't acknowledge what's really going
Well,
on.
no, that's two extremes. That
Because
would be
I feel like
interesting.
you do not care. You probably believe me of what's going on, and you just do not care. Like you probably think, well, they're probably stalking her, and I
How
can't help
will
her.
it, okay, in all of your, in the lifetime, you know yourself, you're more expert, you have more expertise on your life than me, obviously. Remember the times when there was care. Describe me how care looks like.
Care?
Remember times when before you recognized that you were stalked by people. How did care look like in your?
What do you mean care? Care is not like care is a.
You say I don't care, so maybe I don't care.
Yeah, but I
How
do.
did
I
care?
care. I am care. I'm here. I care.
So what do you do? So you care for yourself.
Care for myself. I care for my son. I sort of, kind
How?
of, sometimes care about other people, and it also,
What is
if it's sort of back and forth, it creates like more tense situation because I don't understand what makes their behavior, like what entitles them to such pig behavior, and why they feel better about themselves behaving in this nature. Is it all materialism?
I think the concept of this is truly like mistaken for. You see yourself as like one person that they try to catch for nothing. If we think on grand scene of those situations, a federal bureau of investigation would try to do something. If anything as big as this would do something, that probably is like city matter, state matter. I don't think they work individually with people. And second thing, it's not proven that your food is poisoned. or your
I
shampoos
want
or
that to
something.
happen though. I
Because
feel
there are
like
no
that's
reports. Because every time you mention stuff like this to me, I check
this is
news
why I
about it.
fight with my ex-boyfriend because he knows that they're here. He knows that they poison my food, but he's FBI also. You know, he's FBI also, and he's a pussy. Excuse me, because I guess there's more people that just want to brush me off and under the rug than have to sit there and explain what they were thinking and why this went on so long. You know, and you know, I do always think, actually, try to think on the grander scheme, but this is the reality of it. I'm not capable of that. I'm myself, I'm one woman with one child, have one body. You know, I do understand that this happens to a lot of people, but at the end of the day, that makes me more pissed off than less pissed off, you know? And in that consideration, sometimes I think I'm lucky that I'm still alive, that I'm not drooling out the side of my mouth, you know, that I still have cognitive abilities. But sometimes my days drag on, and I'm like, well, I could have actually found, like you were talking about how I don't have, like a very close circle of people that I associate with. um Not really. I don't feel like they're like my all my friends, like they make me feel happy or something. Like I maybe could have found people to have fun with, you know, because even those people that you consider like, oh, low life or mentally ill, I've been around those types of people myself, and they have fun. They let go sometimes too. They party and they have cake. And me, I feel like sort of isolated because here with my kid who just doesn't understand, he doesn't believe me, this ex-boyfriend who it's very like it's sick with him because he is an FBI agent, and it's you know, like if I give him like my um like feminine love or whatever, like does it make him feel better at the end of the day? Because he's not really that bad of a person. I don't know, but it makes me feel very very bad, like I'm not a human being, like I'm being like some sort of like animal. Like I don't want to be like his bitch. I want him to handle it. I want love to be pure, not um out of threat. Sometimes he feels sick too, like he knows that I don't really love him like that anymore. Maybe it's because of what happened too, and like he takes it out on me too, and it's like I don't know. It just drags on and on and on. And I also know there's people that are watching me that are sort of invested in this situation, and they're sort of like taken aback, like, well, how are they gonna handle this? And they're like on the internet saying stuff about, like you saying like I'm talking so much shit about the government, but like people like from freaking like somewhere else, they're saying like what's going on? Like there's zero accountability, and nobody really comes out and says that like New York like got wrecked, I think, by the FBI. Nobody wants to say that because again, that would be like a whole lot of things to deal with, you know. But there's a lot of people I know feel that way, and they work freaking every day. They sit there and they work just to like, you know, be witness to how are we gonna handle this? How are we gonna handle this? Because I feel the reason this wasn't handled because usually they actually, I've noticed, they hired all these babies mamas. A lot of pop music and underground music alludes to this because people fuck around and here's another cousin and they all need to be the feds, you know? Just being there, just smoking pot with somebody, they'll hire them. But with me, it got so complicated. At first, it was because I was so easygoing and not demanding, and I'm not a materialistic person, and people abused that. And then, you know, then it got to this is too complicated now. And this is too complicated now affects me. I'm a human being. I'm here. I'm still like alive, and I feel like I'm reasonably cognitive. You know, I don't want to drool out the side of my mouth, but I don't have the capacity to deal with people on the daily to be like, I don't sleep well for sure. Like for sure. First of all, I have to get up, and I know you are about writing things up and fitting it into one category or another, right? And I'm telling you, because they poison my food, I have to order it and make sure that it comes within a certain time frame, so they don't have time to call to the warehouse and get it tampered with and get it produced with some garbage in it, some excessive garbage in it. Because no matter what I do, I think they're putting some sort of hormones in my food anyway. But just so it's like digestible, and I have to wake up at like 5 in the morning to get this food, right? And there's still a lot of people, because we're in the hood, they're looking at me and they're thinking like, oh, she just doesn't work, she's just lazy. They don't realize like how hard I freaking work. And when I don't work, it's because I feel sick. It's not because I don't want to do something to make myself better, my son better, or the world a better place. It's because I'm so sick and fucking confused by all these people trying to destroy my life. So I don't know how you're gonna write it up, but I told myself, listen, I've been trying to, like, for months now, I've been sitting there because, like, they're calling me, like, my ex-boyfriend, he's calling me paranoid, right? But it's actually the opposite of that. I feel like confronting this shit, because when you're paranoid, you sit there and you don't talk about this, and you eat whatever they give you, and you drool out the side of your mouth, and you're akin to domesticated animals. And when you're not paranoid, you actually try talking about this. So to me, like I think maybe they'll try to give me therapy, and then I'll become paranoid again. But like I really know what's going on. Like I don't know what's going on, but I do know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because if I knew, I would.
Ilona, I wonder, recently, what do you think, what would you want to be focused on? What are you missing? Like, while investing so much of your focus on this, what are the parts of your life that you take this attention from?
I wanna. I want I want answers. I don't even know. I don't know how to phrase this for you, because every time I talk to you, it's like work. It's something that you have to use to help me, but not hurt the FBI. That's how I feel about it. So now I have to think about this answer, because I know I have hobbies that I would love to invest myself in, and I know, like, I want my kid to have more fun. Like, I haven't gone to the mall with him. I wanted to go to the mall with him, right? Just the mall, because I can't even imagine living outside of ourselves. So like it's all like little things. But honestly, like I would freaking love it if somebody. I was gonna talk to you about this too, because I thought this is a humorous uh, thing in nature. Because I had a police FBI agent that talked to me when my kid was still in a stroller. He was still in diapers, and I think he believed me that they were poisoning my food, and he wasn't with it. That's why he talked to me. So he's making fun of me. He's like, "You watch out, because they're gonna send you out on secret missions, right?" Because he was within his jurisdiction to say that, because some people are crazy, right? Like if you tell a crazy person, hey, I'm FBI, all you have to do is go like um I don't know, go like steal something from the store or something like that. They would do that, right? So he was making fun of them simultaneously, and me, because this like situation in New York City, where a lot of these people, they don't deserve to be law enforcement, has gotten out of hand, because he knows that they're poisoning the food. So I was thinking, he's so funny, because I know they have a badge, not just from TV. I know they have real badges. So I would want, you ask me what I would want, somebody flash me the real badge with their number. I think it's also their social security number, but I'm not sure, you know, and then make an appointment to talk somewhere in a federal office building about what's going on, and me getting out of their system, so they're not stalking and harassing me anymore. Either way, whether it's witness protection or whether they employ me. That's how I feel. Because I don't know how we're gonna like take a step back without me drooling out the side of my face and like,
Well,
you
it's
know,
a big step between you drooling up the side of your face and doing whatever they trying to do. It's not going to be one small step. It's still not sound legitimate to me that they trying to catch you. Because if we're talking about since Patrick was a diaper, Patrick is a teenager now, so it was
catch
important.
me for what? But I didn't do anything though. They're not trying to catch me. They're trying to like catch an investigation because there's nothing to do for them. They're trying to catch an investigation.
Ilona, realistically, if it was over 10 years ago and if someone would try to catch you for over 10 years, they would succeed. I don't think they're trying to. Seriously.
Exactly, but they don't have accountability in the FBI. And I have a freaking people, they watch me on my internet, like what I do on the internet and stuff. And that is sort of like better FBI agents a little bit because at least they have technical skills. At least they're not putting crap in my food, you know? So they're always sort of like messing with the YouTube algorithm and they're pushing something and it's always saying stuff like there's zero accountability. And even on CNN, they've been hitting that issue a little bit. You know, one of I forgot which one. I told you one of the Supreme Court judges that Trump employed is a paranormal investigator. Because this is like that's it. This is the shit. You know, I feel like yeah, they might like. I feel like I need to confront this because I don't care anymore. Like I can't function like this, and I do have like I don't want to say it when I'm not experiencing it. I do have violent feelings sometimes. Like I sit there and I'm like, these people are so undeserving, and they're acting like animals. You know, because I'm a human being. Like you're taking and taking it from me. You're taking my
Ilona,
attention span.
I wonder if you would invest all of this energy and all of this attention to some aspects of your life, what would change? I wonder.
I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do because I'm trying to have some focus. Like I'm in reality while I still have like I said reasonable cognitive abilities because I'm also concerned with this because I've also been sick. Like I've had sore throats and I've not been sleeping and that makes me like not all right, you know, not really like at my brightest. And you know, it's all, you know, because people are trying to manipulate me and I'm not an animal. You know, I'm not like you can't just use someone like this. If you use me, you're going to have to discard me. And I feel like this stupid ex-boyfriend, he's also like what is it that I got involved in? I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna do it. You know, I don't have uh, the authority, and you know, I'm. He can't employ me apparently, and he won't escalate the issue, which is why I got into a fight with him too. I also slapped my friend who is sick. He's got like a neurotic
Why
disorder.
is okay? This is where is this coming from? Why would you do that?
Because he's very irritating. He's like a very nice boy, which is how he gets by, but he's also ignoring everything. Like he knows this is going on too, but he knows that he does not have like like the capacity to like be an FBI agent, even if it's like one of these people that stalk me. And he knows he doesn't have anything better really waiting for him. He likes hanging out, and
So you
he's
slapped
just
him for him not paying enough attention to
no,
your
no, no.
story.
That wasn't it. I slapped him because he's also very like stubborn, and we were lifting up an AC. And I was afraid the AC would fall on my feet, and I was telling him, let go of the AC while it's still like on the windowsill. Let go because I need you to let go. And he wouldn't let go of the AC. So I just went plop and I hit him on the forehead. And thank God I hit him on the forehead because he had just had eye surgery. But this affected him too, which is why his doctor, I also think, is an FBI agent, which is why he feels bad for him because he's like down to earth and he understands how he's thinking and that he does have a neurotic disorder, but he's stubborn and he's fucking like cuckoo. Like I'm not cuckoo. I'm sorry. Like he'll just be ignorant and stuff, and he won't say anything because like all his life, he's felt at odds with his epilepsy. So but it's not to say it didn't affect him. Like he fell down the stairs a couple of times because again, these people are vibrating in our inner ear. I don't know how because I'm not good at science, and I feel that way every day. Like my greatest loss was like not being solid knowledgeable enough because then I would have gave these motherfuckers a fight for their money, which is sort of like what's happening now because I think that even though they're like intelligence, they're sort of like ghetto over here, and they're not very bright.
Who else were you like talking to? Have you did this situation with Bronx Care ever went anywhere? Because you were supposed to have appointments with them. Like, what are the other?
What's Bronx Care? We Care?
We Care. Yes, sorry.
They made me an appointment. That's another thing why I think it's like a conspiracy because they're like keep putting off like because like your protocol would it be to hospitalize me or not? I don't know because I noticed like the city's gotten lax over the years because you just don't have the space for all these supposedly mentally ill people or all these criminals for that matter because of the FBI like disbalancing everything, you know. So they kept pushing my appointment back. So now my appointment's like it's like on the 20th or something. It's like very very late appointment. I actually showed up there by accident because I thought it was 20th of last month, but it wasn't. It was 20th of this month. And this brings me back to I'm not well because I'm not like if I'm showing up like a month before or like I can't like wake up on time or something. Like I'm not well, but it's not like what you think. But whatever. I just like I don't want this to end in something shitty because but I'm sure it will anyway because I can see that like you've already drawn like lines for yourself like that you won't cross, even though like sometimes I sit there and I think, wait a minute, did I just tell her I'm being stalked and I'm being poisoned and I'm not in an institution yet? I wonder where the protocols went. And with the cops too, how come the cops didn't say, oh, she's cuckoo? And how come the cops didn't come and write up the report that they're egging my door? Because this is all probably true.
Whether it's me or whether it's your friends, whoever notices, whatever, what might happen potentially, you are going into something that is called a psychotic state, which can be characterized by multiple different, expressions or actions. Your neighbors can do that. You might be just hospitalized. That's it. What the worst things that might happen, you might be taken to the hospital involuntarily. If you express any psychotic symptoms, they will bring you to the hospital, whichever is closest to yours and go. They will do some tests.
I've been in the hospital before for calling people out for telling them that they're FBI and stuff. Like I've been in the hospital before. So it depends on the authority and if they're like scrupulous with their protocols or not, apparently, This is why I really I fucking hate this system. It's really retarded and I like you keep asking me like what would you do with yourself? Anna, what would you do with yourself if you had like financial freedom? Because some of these people act unbelievably out of like materialistic goals. Like you following this jurisdiction scrupulously, not because you feel like you have faith in the greater good, but because you're going to get your money. And then as soon as somebody bribes you outside of this jurisdiction, all your scruples are out. And it's like, what? I'll just sit on this and whatever because I have the authority. What does this authority amount to? It certainly doesn't make you feel good, I'm sure, because, spiritless people, like, what the hell do you consume to fill that void in your soul? My bad.
Those are great questions to ask, but they're more philosophical. I'm more into practical. So, as we are at our time limit almost, let's stick with this. Please call the clinic to schedule an appointment for yourself, and we will just proceed from there again.
I will, but can I ask you something? You sure you don't have a badge? You don't have like a little badge you could show me, and you couldn't like.
I'm sure I don't have a badge, and you saw me in person. You saw that the only thing I carry is nothing.
That's at the clinic, though, because I'm sure like a lot of people at the clinic, might have a badge too, but I didn't like.
Whatever our mind believes in, we always look for proofs of what we believe in.
I know, like, that's why I have this little camera on.
We look proofs on what we believe, and that is the truth. And that's,
it is the truth, but it's like it sometimes it baffles me. Like, is nobody watching? Like, that's why I'm with this thing. Like you said, it talk too much about the government. The government should talk about itself because it is sort of like zero accountability.
I am gonna finish at this today. Please try to call the clinic so we proceed. As your last overall talk with a doctor was 10 years ago, we just need to update this information. That's it. You just you gotta understand what's happening to you today. In order to do that, you will then need to go and have basic labs, but you can discuss it with the doctor, and we will go from there. Because a doctor also like a doctor.
Basic labs. Can I do it with like spit and because I've been sort of like it can't be earwax and spit.
It's definitely the blood panel. It's definitely EKG because in order you will talk to the doctor.
I don't want to give blood. I'm religiously against giving blood, but I'll give urine. No problem.
They cannot check everything. Like, all of your vitals cannot be checked from urine. Blood is legit. But look, I have to finish up for today. You call the clinic first, and then you can ask all the same questions to the doctor in case.
Okay, I'm still chilling because, again, sometimes this is unbelievable to me.
Okay. All right. We'll talk next week, same time. I appreciate your time, and have a great day. Bye.
You too.